powerful. You know why? Anybody know why I'm the most powerful? Nobody knows why. What do states have that we don't have? You in the back. You. No. Why am I so powerful? That's not it yet. You, young lady, right there. Why am I so powerful? No, it's not because we drive in a lap. Why do you think I'm more powerful? Yeah, that's a good answer, but that's not the reason why either. And it's not because I'm so big and handsome. That's not the reason either. I know you were going to say that. You young fella, why? No, I'm broke. I don't have any money. So let me tell you, the reason why the governor of the Virgin Islands is the most powerful governor in the United States is because we don't have any division of government. What does that mean? We don't have mayors. So the governor of Atlanta doesn't have a power over the mayor of Atlanta. The mayor of Atlanta just runs one city in the state of Georgia. The governor of Puerto Rico has 72 mayors, 72 different people that he has to deal with in order to get things done. Me, I have 0. So whatever we have a state of emergency, like COVID, whatever I say goes. That's a lot of power, right? But it's a lot of responsibility too, because with all that power comes responsibility. So that's the reason why they blame everything on the governor. The governor is in charge of every single department, every entity in the Virgin Islands. What are the 3 branches of government? Anybody know? I'm going to say right there with your mouth. Yeah, you. 3 branches. Say again. Executive. 2 more. You next. We're going to try that. You got executive and legislative. What's the other one? Judiciary. That's right. 3 branches of government. And which one is the most powerful? No. No. Exactly. None is more powerful. There are 3 co-equal branches of government. And it's a beautiful design. It's designed that way in order to keep every other branch in check. So I can't spend any money unless the legislature appropriate it. And then I appoint the judges, because the judges only serve for 6 years. And then I reappoint them. I nominate, I say, you're going to be a judge. But I can't just put the judge there. The legislature has to approve it. And then the judges interpret the law. So when a law is passed, the judges say, this is legal, this is not legal, or this is what it means. So it's a nice, beautiful branch of thing. But people think that the governor is the most powerful branch, the executive branch. I think it's the most powerful, but in reality, they're all equal. So who is the head of the legislative branch? You all the way in the back with your hand. Yeah, you. No. It's a person who is the head of the legislative branch. We're going to go all the way in the back. We got this guy right here. Yeah, you, with your hand up. Yeah. Who? Nope. Who? The legislature? No, it's a person. I give you a hint. She has a name. Who's the head of the legislative branch? Huh? Who's that? The president of the legislature. That's right, but what's her name? I heard you say it. Donna Fred Gregory. That's right. Winner. Donna Fred Gregory is the head of the legislature. She's the president. And who's the head of the judicial? You guys know Donna? Right here. Yeah, you on the corner. Yeah. No, no, no. Remember, the judicial is all judges, so it's judge or justice, actually. So we have two different levels of judges. We have the Superior Court and the Supreme Court. So the head of the Supreme Court is the head of the judicial branch, who is, I'm gonna make it sweeter. Let me see what game I got $10. For, I'm about to say I got $10 to contribute to the church. For who can tell me who is the head? I'm going to go all the way to the back to the young. Who? No. If you guess and you're wrong, you got to give me $10. Who's the head? Come on. Huh? Say again? So Justice Reese Hodge is the head of the judiciary in the Virgin Islands, and he is from Anguilla. So what else you want to know about? And in doing my job, so I have 26 commissioners and directors that I have to operate on a daily basis, and they come and they tell me what's going on, and then I have to make decisions about what happens, and of course all the politics. But this is the best job in the world, I guarantee you. You know. So I want to ask you if you have questions for me now. Questions, right there. Absolutely. What grade are you in? So I'm trying to make it so not only the tuition is free at the university, but the tuition is free when you want to take a skill or a trade as well too. And things are getting so tight. My goal is not only would you get tuition free, but you're going to get room free too in order to do it, because it's getting harder and harder. In the back there. Oh, you have, good afternoon. COVID was terrible. But let me tell you something. I don't know if you never heard this, but when you have limes, you make limeade. When you have lemons, you make lemonade. Whatever the world gives you, you have to figure out, like, how are you going to make this work out the best for me? So yes, we would have been way further along without COVID. But 10 years ago, I wrote this vision for the Virgin Islands. And in this vision, we had this booming marine sector. COVID, now we have a booming marine sector. Without COVID, we wouldn't have had that. And without the decisions we made. I also had in my vision that every single kid in the Virgin Islands in public school would have a laptop. COVID, boom, every single kid has a laptop. The other thing that I wanted was to have free internet service everywhere. Boom, COVID. We have 64 free internet sites. And before I leave office, we'll have 250 internet sites. You're going to be able to get free internet on the beach, in the park, in your school, walking around, in your home, every public housing community, free internet service. So those are the things that I want to be able to do, because I want to make sure that you can always get on the internet and get access to the world. Other questions? Who's a magic person? This guy all the way in the back look like he has a beaming question.
Good afternoon, Governor. I have heard some negative commercials, but our teachers have told us not to focus on the negative, just the positive aspects of. Good afternoon, Governor. I have heard some negative commercials, but our teachers have told us not to focus on the negative, just the positive aspects of what you have done within 4 years. Can you highlight 4 programs geared toward the upliftment of children, the future of the Virgin Islands?
So the easiest one is free tuition. Free tuition is at the university is something that my Lieutenant Governor Tregenza Rhodes championed and was signed into law right before we came into office. The next thing I think is we have a program called Financial Fellows, and in that program, when you graduate from the university, you come and you work for the government for 2 years, going from department to department, and you make $55,000 a year right out of college. This is the second year of this program. We're taking applications now. We have a Fix Our Parks initiative. So right now, if you look around, like all the parks, they're getting fixed up. You see Griffith Park, you see they're fixing the fence and everything. That's going to be a turf field in there, just like they have in a professional, like in the Major League Baseball. It's going to be a turf field, and all of the basketball and the tennis courts are getting resurfaced. All the lighting is getting done because I want to make sure that people get outside and start to exercise and play again. We have this program coming. It's called IO Academy. It's a $10 million program in conjunction with Microsoft. So Microsoft, Bill Gates, us getting together and creating this program to teach computer science from kindergarten all the way through. And they're going to be putting these innovation centers in each of our high schools so our kids can learn more about cybersecurity, IP addresses, linking to the internet, writing apps, you name it. We also have, I've had for the last 2 years now, it's going to be 3 years now, every kid that graduates from the Virgin Islands High School and you're going to college, you get $1,000 to go to college with. And that's been every year. So everybody who got it the first year, if you applied, you got it the second year, the third year, that will continue as well. And lastly, I think free internet service is really something for the future. You know, the other beautiful thing about COVID is a lot of people came from all over the world to this island and to St. Thomas and St. John and St. Croix. Because when you're on an island, you could stop people from bringing in the disease. You could restrict your airport. It's not like living in a city where you have freeways and roads coming in all the time. The only 2 ways in here is that airport and those seaports. So we could control who comes in. So a lot of people were like, wow, this is great. I want to buy a home here. So they bought up all the land and everything. But then, how do they keep their jobs? They said, it's easy. We have internet everywhere, so they work remotely. That's what I want for your future. That you could live here and be an engineer in Texas. That you could live here and be a doctor in Florida. That you could live here and be an architect in Spain. You can stay home and you can make the same or more amount of money and work anywhere in the world. That's what your world is going to be. That your office will be in your house, in your bedroom, or in your living room, and you just get up, turn on your computer, or whatever else you need, and you're there. By the time you get to work, it'll all be virtual. You'll be able to put on a helmet, and it'll feel like you in the office with other people, and yet you'll be in your own home. That's where we go into, and that's how we have to think. Tourism will always be here in these beautiful islands. But we need to do more to make money in St. Thomas, St. John, and St. Croix, because it's expensive to live here, right? Don't your parents complain about how expensive it is? Yeah. Rent is expensive, gas is expensive, food is expensive. So I need you to study hard, go to college, go to grad school, become a doctor, lawyer, engineer, become a professional licensed plumber, a licensed electrician, so you can make a lot of money and stay here and be able to live in the Virgin Islands comfortably. And then my grandchildren would be with your children here going to school. Wouldn't that be awesome? Okay, I gotta go, I think, because we have another guest speaker. But remember, the Virgin Islands belongs to? Who's it belong to? That's right. Thank you. God bless you.